Welcome to Still Plays Galaxy Heroes. We're back with Grand Arena, the first match, second week, season 28. We are still in Kyber 2. Last week we went 2-1. I'm going to do a quick recap of just the major battles of that. So round one, my defense got a couple nice holds. DR failing against DR. He did have talent though, but I guess my mods were better. Happy with that result. He attempted to use Starkiller to clean up. Failed on him. His Starkiller is too weak for that. Did not have him at relics yet. Kind of makes sense. I found that Starkiller wasn't that great until I got him to relics. Rest of these are pretty straightforward. Attempted JAWAs up against Mon Mothma. Once you have Kylo Katarn, especially a speedier Kylo Katarn, and more of an ideal squad, you're going to need some really good JAWAs to win. That's not a counter I would do. Especially not at Gear 11. Like my Gear 11 JAWAs, Gear 12 Geos and below is safe. Maybe a couple relics on the Geos, then you start getting to RNG territory. I wouldn't even mess with Mon Mothma unless I had to, in order to try and set myself up for a cleanup scenario if I felt like my roster was getting stretched thin. Rest of these he handled pretty quick. Second round up against Tommy. This was another win. Bad Batch falling to General Grievous. That's because BB-8 is here. Really happy that we were able to take out Relic Bad Batch. If this was Newt or Droideka, this would not have worked. BB-8 with the speed that he adds, it helps out this counter specifically. But there's a give and take there. I'm just not using BB-8 anywhere else. JTR falling to Hux. A little bit of a surprise because that's a pretty good JTR squad. Happy about it. What did he clean that up with? Use Palpatine. Wait, that's the other opponent. And the rest of that's pretty straightforward. This final match, this one was a loss. I put too much firepower on my fleet defense. I needed a third offensive fleet option that I didn't have. I could not clear his fleet. Had I played it a little differently, prepped a little bit more in advance, could have won. Palpatine falling to Qui-Gon. Finalizer falling to TIE Interceptor and Chimera. I love TIE Interceptor. It has been a surprise fleet for a lot of opponents. Not being prepared to counter it. Let's move into this week's bracket, though. This week is going to be real rough. Let's not say almost. There's 5 players who have all 6 Galactic Legends. This is a consequence of having that season of 3v3. A number of these players, I'm assuming, fell from Kyber 1 because of inactivity, and now I got to deal with this. Maybe if I get lucky, I can win a few, but in terms of overall GP, actually, I'm pretty comparable. There's 4 players above 8 million, but it's not like I'm that far off. Somehow my opponent today has 0 Omicrons, or at least 0 Grand Arena Omicrons. We are looking at a pretty standard amount of relics though overall. Maybe this 125, this 133 are a little scary. And in terms of mod quality and counts, I'm in a pretty good position. There's 3 players with Now 2 players with better mods than me. So I have the 3rd best mods. But there is one guy here with 351. Oh, this guy is 400. That's a Kyber 1 player. If these guys are playing, I'm going to have a rough week. If they're not playing, maybe I got some shots. Have got some steep competition though for a 2 GL player. We have 3 players without Starkiller, 2 of them not dealing with Dash at all, 2 of them not dealing with Iden Verso. I'm finally ready for this Zam Omicron. I was thinking about it earlier today, where when I was prepping for how I was going to play this, it'd be so much easier if I had a Fennec Lord Vader counter. I have a Relic Fennec now. I really should have the Omicron on Zam to take advantage of it. So there's something you'll see for next week, but it's not something I can rely on this week. 1 player without Relic Maul. Most players at this point have Relic Bad Batch. That's kind of a surprise. The rest of this is fine. Let's look in here at my opponent specifically. Actually, let me move this for later. I gotta tweak some of this audio, which is part of the reason why I've been so slow on uploading videos, is I changed some settings and things and messed up some records, and I need to re-record some things in order for me to do some uploads. So I'm a little behind. I gotta get caught up. So Martian Wallaby here. Take a quick glance at the top end of his stuff, but we'll jump into the hot pot real quick. I don't really feel like this adds too much, but I've been doing it lately. His Commander Ahsoka's, I think, is at 350. Let me see if he has any players, or not players, if he has any characters in that 300 range. His Rex is 312. So right there is 312. So he has a ton of high-speed characters. That's kind of terrifying. Well, the good thing is I think he saved a lot of this stuff for offense. I have a path forward, but things might go bad. Alright, so he has attacked me. It looks like I've got some defensive holds. Let's go through my defense. I did make one tweak to that Starkiller team that wasn't set up properly from last 5v5 season because my Starkiller was not relicked at that point. But Hux got a hold like he did last week. That is a nice result, probably because the squad looks weaker than it actually is. I really like Hux lead, especially if you don't have that Kylo Ren relic. Hux is a great lead, although for the silencer I really want that Kylo relic. Up front here, he one-shot all those. That's expected. That's the territory players usually don't take chances on. Back wall here. I put my Starkiller down and I'm kind of regretting it, even though it did well. Because I kind of want my Mace Windu. I wonder if I'm going to end up needing him for offense. Because when I only have 2 GLs, Starkiller is effectively one of my best counters. Even though mine's not set up to beat Rey yet, but at least I could use him for cleanups. He did his job though. He did some good work. I'm a little surprised that with how many holds my defense got, his banner's not that low. 1750 is still solid, which means he was probably doing some undersizes elsewhere on the board. 2 shots up against Kenobi here, and 2 shots up against Chimera with the TIE Interceptor. I love the Chimera. It's more often than not getting me holds. Now this is what I gotta deal with. I got Lord Vader, or not Lord Vader, sorry, SLKR, Mon Mothma, Geos, and again with a ridiculously fast GBA. Pretty weak Grievous squad. Down below is where the Lord Vader is. I got Lord Vader and JMK, so I've got to deal with 3 Galactic Legends. And Bossk, Phasma. Again, this guy has no Omicrons, so at least I don't have to factor that in. Now, the way I'm thinking about playing this is we're going to have to do the Bastila JKL counter, or the JKR JKL counter up against SLKR. Which means JML, a weak JML team is probably my best Lord Vader counter. And JMK Mirror. See, I really need Sith Eternal Emperor. My life would be so much easier here with Sith Eternal Emperor. He's my next GL, but I'm probably foolishly going after Grand Inquisitor next. Maybe not foolishly, it's what I'm doing. But I'm trying to, in conjunction, go for Sith Eternal Emperor as quickly as I can. Do both of those. I already have, I'll show you my Inquisitors in a second, but they're in a good stage. The farms are almost done. I should be able to get Grand Inquisitor by the next time that event shows up, maybe? I forget how often those events the legendary events are supposed to show up. Since we have the journey guide now. I forget what the cycle was. It 3 months? Something like that? Alright. So I would do JMK. We're still gonna do it. This is just easier if I have 2 tanks, which I don't because I have Mace Windu on defense. But I think we'll do Padme and Kenobi. But he has the far faster mods on the squad. I just think this puts me in the... Yeah, I think this is the way we're playing it. We're just going in. We need to determine what kind of day we're having. Oh, I gotta switch to the other screen. Okay. Are we gonna get... Can I take out this cat? Because he's gonna take out my GK, that's fine. Yes. Oh, were you my... This... We're fine! Oh, no, wait. I don't even know if I need to worry about Mace. I think we'll take out Ahsoka first. Fine, we'll take out Mace. That's just going to be annoying if we don't do it. I think these audio levels might be a little high. We're going to bring that down a bit. Hopefully I'm not going to have to re-record this Grand Arena, because I am recording this Grand Arena before last week's, but that is why I did not upload last week's on time, is the audio levels were messed up. I really like Mace on this squad, but you have to have GK too. Like, being able to just go after Cat right away. So nice. She's got damage immunity, so let's work on Kenobi. Let's just, yeah, let's throw an armor shred. I didn't post a video on the Grand Inquisitor event. I've been busy with work, and that event was released too soon after the kit was released for me to get around to it. But I want to give some of my thoughts. I was pretty happy with the kit. Like, there's arguments that in terms of investment, whether or not the return on it is good enough. But he fixed a lot of the issues with that squad and faction. And some of the early returns have been promising with some of the other squads. But I will be paying attention to how Arnold and others take advantage of him during this season of Grand Arena. Okay. I don't know how to play this when not using the squads that I normally use. So we're gonna do... Is my Yoda with Qui-Gon? I'm gonna stop doing that. Maybe it's fine. I could use Yoda right now. Where's my notebook? I need to make sure I don't accidentally use anybody I need for the SLKR counter. Alright. I'm not really engaging with data crowns yet. I have not put any resources on them. How am I going to do this? So we got JKR, JKL, Old Ben, Hermit Yoda, Bastard. Can't touch them. I can use Jolie. I would probably do something like this plus Yoda. I really need Yoda. Yoda would help. How do I want to play this? I want Ezra. Ezra at least gives me a little bit attacking, but at gear 11 doesn't really matter. Would I prefer healing with Barris? Get a little turn meter with Plo. Isn't his basic do something I like? Dispel buffs. But Shakti already does that. Is it enough? We get some staggers with Juhani, a stun, and a stealth. I don't feel like that's enough. Maybe Barris. I don't think she's gonna do enough though. It is a equalization though, and not a heal. Let's do Barris. Because that actually could be very valuable. All right. This is going to go so poorly. I'm quite confident that I am going to need to be cleaning this up. I just don't feel like I have the right squad. So I want to make enough progress. See, that's bad. It's just health though, nope. I think it's too early for that. You know what? I think I want to do this. A little worried about that. Let's call in Jolie, get him a little bit of protection. That's not what I want. Actually, maybe Fracture on a GL is the best I can hope for. Okay, this is not what I want. That's bad. That's bad. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. Okay. We probably are winning this then. I think we just play it out. We'll throw in my Fennec, but I don't have the Zam Omicron, so I don't think it's going to do anything as it should. But maybe now that there's no tank, we'll have an okay shot. Also, I've never watched a video on it, so that's something I should do. Let's start working on the rest of this, though. I also think I need better mods on a lot of those characters. He had that squad modded very well from when I did when we organized everything by speed. I'm curious with the TIE Fighter Omicron if Nest can solo this. I suspect she can, it just becomes dependent on the relic level. I'm a little worried about this healing immunity. I didn't go for the days because I like... One of these kinds of days. Okay. Okay. We're gonna just see if Veers will take care of this for me. Relic Dark Trooper still on the to-do list. He'll have to be waiting. A third GL is going to have a bit more priority. I really wish I had that Omicron right now. Oh, and it doesn't even matter because they're all on defense. I need to take those bounty hunters off of defense. Is Fennec on defense too? Fennec's on defense. This is why you prep before lock-in. I didn't do any of my prep work until after, so this doesn't even matter. None of this matters. Okay. Could really use Starkiller. It's like Starkiller wouldn't beat that, but maybe it puts me in a position where I could clean it up. We're just going to play this as if everything is normal. We're going to do the SLKR. This is just the difficulties of the 2 GL life in Kyber 2. This actually might go pretty poorly because his mods are so good. Like, I have better mods overall, it's just his top end mods are really good. That's fine. Let's swap with JKL. Stun. I think I want Foresight. I'll mark Hux. Give me some good ability. Oh, that's some nice ability blocks. What about that? I forget who I like to do. Crew? I'm doing this wrong. I feel like I'm doing this wrong. Maybe we're doing it fine. No, we're doing fine. This is like the best I've done in a while, doing this kind of, because my mods aren't perfect. Sure. Okay, usually my JKR is dead by now, so this is great. Alright, we're gonna have to clean this up anyway. Yeah. Not quite. I'm gonna hold off on cleaning that up though. Because maybe we can pick apart that Lord Vader, I have no idea. Now we have a... How do I want to do this? We'll do some things we haven't done in a while. Gear 11 Bad Batch up against Grievous. This is a weak enough Grievous. This should be fine. Oh my god. I never get to mark Grievous. Sure. I want to heal up. Let's make sure Echo doesn't die. Swap with Omega. There we go. We got full protection. All right, perfect. Now I'm on Mothma here. I want to save the rest of my good teams for throwing their bodies at Galactic Legends. That's my strategy. So I think we'll do Traya here. I think I'm going to JAWA bomb. Not Mon Mothma, but we'll use Traya here. Although his GBA is fast. Hold off on the pain. I don't... It's a little early for them to focus in on my Scion. Don't, oh, are you kidding me? throw on Biggs. Biggs is annoying. We're fine, but this is still annoying. I'm gonna wait on the Torment. I want Mon Mothma weaker. I want her with all the assists to bring her health lower. Okay, because now, don't do it, don't do, come on guys, come on. So I'm gonna get rid of him so there's less attacks. Hopefully this takes out my Mothma. So tempting. I should have saved the overpower for Biggs. There, come on, man. Okay. If there was like Kylo Katarn in there, I never would have done it. But with that, it's fine. Now, we're gonna JAWA bomb this. I'm worried about the mods here. Going to stop. Perfect. Okay. Let's taunt. When Scavenger doesn't stealth, I get very worried. But here... No, don't die, don't die! Yes! I'm worried about the revive. Oh. See, that's why once you add relics to that, Gear 11 gets a little iffy. That was good. Let's check down below. Because I messed up with the Phasma. You know, I don't usually do it when Kylo's there. That was a mistake. There would have been a safe Bad Batch counter too. I just got solo hungry. Let's do it. Let's do Night Sisters. Let's talk about Kenobi. So it's been a while, so I think I'll be a little bit looser with my thoughts. I won't do like complete spoilers, but we're playing a Star Wars game. I'm assuming most of you, if not all of you, have seen Kenobi by now. I put my full thoughts down on Discord. It took me a while to type them up and put them out there, but I got pretty extensive on it. And the way I think about it, there's two things that matter to me. Did the show deserve to exist? Did it make its case for being made? And did it earn its moments? And the moments are like the Vader fights, the Reva moments, when characters die. And for me, the answer is not really. Those moments were not earned. And in terms of the story being told, there really wasn't much of an arc or story. There kind of was one with Reva, but it was never fully developed. And I was a little frustrated where the show was almost insecure with itself. Like the two moments from the end of the show, like one happening during the Vader fight, where Anakin says that he killed Vader. That the show didn't need to make that stuff explicit. It's there in A New Hope. We can interpret it. And the show, like, making it explicit, saying this moment of Old Ben showing poetic license in A New Hope. No, it's not poetic license anymore. It is just him repeating what Anakin told him. And that to me is a weak move. I was disappointed by it because I think it weakened what happened in A New Hope. And the other moment, the other moment was with Leia, where Old Ben tells Leia that she needs to pretend like she doesn't know him. Which indicates that the writers were very well aware that there was that slight discrepancy. Like, for me, I didn't care. Like, I can come up with my own headcanon to make that work. It doesn't matter. It's pretty insignificant. There's tons of inconsistencies with Star Wars, whatever. But when the writers, again, make something explicit, when they highlight their awareness of something and their solution to how they want to address it, it shows me that they're insecure with how they're telling the story and the decisions that they made. I ended up being pretty disappointed by it. Yeah, I did not like it. Alright. I have no idea how I want to handle this. We're going to start with the Rebels. We're just going to try and pick this apart. I don't even know who. I think we're going to go after Maul. No, I guess not. I feel like let's go after Vader. This might be the wrong decision because Fracture is always going to cause some problems. Yes. Okay. Those are kind of the worst options of what could have happened there. You know what? I was going to throw in Mando. The problem with Mando is I don't think Mando can clean up SLK. Not Mando, Wampa. No, I was gonna throw in Maul, but I might need Maul to take out SLKR because I don't think Wampa can take out SLKR. Let's see what clones do. Because I am taking out SLKR at a minimum. Because then we can do ships. I really need Fennec. Really need Fennec right now. Having Fennec for offense though is really going to force me to make some different decisions on defense. I don't like anything that we're doing right now. Let's do Cody. Do it. Oh my god. Do it. Do it. Yes. No! Bad. Yes! Alright. None of this matters anymore. Everyone's gonna die. That's fine. Okay. I'm ecstatic about that. Let's see what Wampa can... My Wampa's only Relic 6, though. And I don't think Wampa works up against either of these as a cleanup. Let me look what Wampa can do. Alright. It seems like I've got one cleanup for 2 GLs. Because Wampa's not going to work for either of these. Definitely not Lord Vader. Fennec would have worked. I could definitely clean up a Fennec. I could clean up Lord Vader with Fennec. Because I've done that in Territory Wars. Is there anything else that can work on SLKR? Anything else? Because I'm going to have to use Maul. If I can't use Maul on both these guys. I lost this in scouting because I didn't do it and didn't change my defense. Because if I had bounty hunters, I could clean this up. If I had Star Killer, I could clean this up. We're gonna go... I guess what do I care about more showing? Do I care more about fleet or characters? I guess I care more about characters. Let's go, let's do that. We'll take out Lord Vader. And then we'll show how Wampa doesn't work. I wonder though... No. No. I was wondering if I put Django with the bounty hunters, if that did anything for me. And it doesn't. I think we'll throw a bunch of bodies at SLKR, but nothing's gonna work. We need a lot of assist damage, like rebels, bounty hunters, Maul. Like those are the teams that work on cleanups. And that's, we just... Where did I use rebels? Where did I use rebels? I wasted rebels, didn't I? I don't even remember right now where I used them. Or Veers. Veers would have worked. Like, I needed to not have used... Oh, I did use... I used Silas here to get me to this position. If I had Veers, we could clean it up. I didn't... no, I did not need to use Veers up against those bounty hunters. Don't like any of that. Let's go for the stacks. I want to get the dots off anyone I can. Maybe I should have taken the dots off of... Do I want one more stack? I think we got to go for it. Come on. Am I not going to win this? Is this because I don't have high enough relics on these guys? I should have just done SLKR. Now, I think I need to start healing up. This at least heals me. Keeps me going. Yes! Okay. Okay. Fine. And I'm expecting like Ewoks, Phoenix, that kind of stuff on the back wall. Let's have some fun. We can't Kylo solo this because it's a weird use. I want to do things like Sortie and Raddus. Let's just do some nonsense. We haven't done nonsense in a long time. We're not winning this. So let's have fun with it. Although, how does Raddus work? Could Raddus clean up SLKR? I have not really used him. Is there a bunch of, there's some shared stats and assists. Let's think about this. What if my geos aren't gonna work? Let's not even talk like that. I bet Ackbar could clean it up if I had the Omicrons. Alright. I don't even remember what this kit does. Alright. So we get some stuff. That's all nonsense and doesn't matter. What happens with the unique? He has a good unique. What happens? So defense, tenacity. Offense, speed. No, that doesn't sound like an SLKR kit. And nothing to sortie, so we're gonna do that stuff on the back wall. Just goof off with it. But before we do that, I'll show Wampa versus SLKR. It doesn't work. The Veers choice was a mistake. I didn't think that I would need it as a cleanup, and we could have won it with Veers. That's what kills me. Because he's going to do the stun at some point. Right there. And we're not going to like this at all. Yeah, see, that's a disaster. Do I have any Empire? We're gonna do Sortie, Inquisitors, and Raddus. At least we can test out some nonsense. Are there any Jedi? We have one Jedi. So we're gonna throw in the Inquisitor. This is stupid. The Inquisitors, this is the worst choice to use the Inquisitors. Because they are not great. But there's at least a single Jedi here, but these relics are going to kill them. At least we can dispel. Okay, not bad so far, but we are going up a Gear 9 character. So we got heal and turn meter removal, and Leia's about to go. I'm gonna go with the heal so we don't lose Ninth Sister. Let's start spreading some purge around. Sure, let's do that. They're getting purged because of Fifth Brother's leadership. I keep trying to get purge around because I want this heal to do better, but we need purge on more characters for it to do better. We're at least not dying. That was my bigger concern, but we just can't get purge to stick around long enough to really take advantage of these characters. I'm gonna just do that. The foresight is so annoying. This is absurd. Who would have thought that the recovery on this squad would be too much for the Inquisitors? This is not what I thought the problem was going to be. I thought the relics were just going to kill me off. See, at 5 stacks of purge, that would have been a stun. Because we're running out of time, I'm not waiting for that anymore. But this showcases why it's kind of important to go up against Jedi for the Inquisitors to be worth anything. I didn't focus down on Kanan because Han would just revive him. But maybe that was... Like, we can't get Purge to stick. That's annoying as hell. Jeez. And that's a weak squad. Like, that's a good baseline squad if these teams are worth anything. Actually, maybe we should use it as our baseline. Because who cares if Raddus can beat Ewoks? Or Sortie can beat... Sortie, I'm confident, can beat Rolo. We've used Sortie to beat some surprising things, so I'm not going to do Sortie. Let's do Raddus. So we got a 3-star Gear 10 Raddus. Raddus needs 3 Kyros at Gear 10. It's pretty absurd. I'm pretty sure he's the first character who needs 3 Kyros on a single level. I'm gonna do Cheer It. Because the tenacity up synergizes with Raddus. I could see some stuff with Bodhi, maybe. I feel like we're missing some. I feel like maybe CG knows something about Andor, and we'll get an Andor-related character that could synergize better with this squad. Boost them up a level. Remove turn meat. Let's do it on Leia. I had a suggested turn order in my video. I don't remember this kit anymore. Probably that one. Oh, it was also a turn order thing, because I want to have debuffs, because this is if... Yeah, if target enemies dark side and debuffed, increase cooldowns. Nobody has any debuffs, which makes me kind of want to wait. But you know what, we want Spark of Rebellion, so let's just do it. Let's get tenacity up. See, this is why I liked Grand Inquisitor's kit, because of the shared stats that his kit has. Because you can see how much better... I've barely done anything, and it's already very clear that this squad is probably going to win. And it's the shared stats that are doing a lot of it. Which the Inquisitors were never able to do. They were never able to do enough damage. They weren't resisting enough damage. It was getting very annoying. This is a swap. It's also a revive, but let's switch over to Cassian. Or it's not a swap, it's full turn meter. Ooh, don't want to lose my boy Cass. Kanan's actually really annoying in this squad. But without the shared stats, the Inquisitors just weren't doing anything. That's really bad. But this is the first time I've used. So few things here. Few things. You need a beefier Raddus, so 3 stars, iffy. I think turn order is going to be pretty important. My Cassian was throwing debuffs around earlier. Interesting. Alright, let's do sortie now. I thought we were going to get through that, but those AoEs from Rolo did some serious damage. Alright, we are going to do... Sure. That's one that matters. And it's separatist droid, so I think I can use... What does it say here? I think I can use HK, but I can't use Droidica. Yeah, non-separatist, so I can use HK. Or is it better for me to just use Chopper? Let me get a taunt. I think I want HK. I think I want the damage and the AoE. Normally, not normally, but what I've done this in the past has been with IG-88 because of the target lock synergy. But he's on defense. See, I need a faster T3M4. This would be much better if T3M4 went first, or at least earlier. Captain Han is so irritating. Heal up my probe droid. Alright, now we got my target locks going again, so we should be... That dispel on his basic is really irritating when you're using squads that are trying to use debuffs. Oh, there goes spare parts. This was far sloppier than I thought it was going to be. I guess there's preloaded turn meter. That's not really the problem. Alright. That was fun and dumb. Are there other squads we need to be doing testing? Because the past several Grand Arenas I've been taking it seriously, so I haven't been testing squads in a while, so I don't remember I think that's all the ones that we're pressing. You know what I want to do? I want to throw Ackbar up against SLKR. Because Ackbar's done some weird things for me before. I cleaned up a Relic 7 General Grievous with Ackbar once. And I was shocked by it. I was not expecting it. This, and again, I do not have the Omicrons. Now, there's no reason I expect this time for it to work, but I kind of want to see. I'm wondering about Pow. Or Biston, I mean, with the Frenzy. But we're going to do this. Maybe if there was some turn meter removal. Because ability block and turn meter removal is what really works on him. Yeah. Never mind. Can you just make Fulcrum do something in this game? I mean, I know I need to get her to Relics if I really want to do anything fun with her, but it's just, she's such a hard character to farm. There was this... All the characters that are semi-exclusive, I think, should be worth the time you put into them. So I keep holding out hope for IPD and Gamorrean Guard being better than they are. Fulcrum is in that bucket. Let's do a solo and see what happens with Wampa. The daze is probably going to cause some problems. No, there's already days before for mission, that's not why. Isn't there healing immunity? I guess from one of those Zetas. Let's get the retribution. You got blind. I should have went for the healing immunity first. Okay. Let's go for the healing immunity. Perfect. God, look at those dots. I wonder if Wampa's making this easier. We're not taking out Canderous. Canderous is definitely making it easier. Okay, Wampa did nothing to this match. This is what I love about Canderous in this match. Canderous actively makes this counter easier. Wampa has a little dot synergy too, where he was probably doing a little bit of that as well. We could have nest soloed this if I didn't waste my nest. It's just Vader. Can Vader solo this? Vader used to be able to clean up an SLKR with Thrawn and some other stuff. Jeez. Oh, I thought Tebow was a Logray. Alright, that's it. We're not getting through that SLKR because of some poor choices by me. So we are stuck starting off this week the way I don't. And this is a rough week. This was winnable, and I kind of needed it. Because this is a week I might go 1 and 2. And I really don't want to go 1 and 2. 2 and 1 is what I try to do. Every week. But we'll call it there. Thank you for watching. We'll try and get back on a good schedule here on. It's still pretty swamped with work, but I should find an equilibrium pretty soon. So thank you for watching. Be safe out there, everyone, and be excellent to each other. This is still Plays Galaxy of Heroes.